When I came late last year, I came to sort of present the case of what was going on the coast from the speed standpoint that I've been working on for about a year and a half or two. And many things have happened, and I wanted to come back to report because there have been some very good changes that came out of coming to this meeting, and I thought it should be a matter of public record. The advantage of coming and showing up here and the collaboration that took place because of it. The night I came, there was a lot of interest that was generated and 2 days later I was invited to go to the Board of Supervisors office to present the case. Within 2 days I had Matt Jacobs from the Board of Supervisors hook me up at Caltrans with a couple of really terrific people who were really very responsive. We immediately got a call. They came out, they walked the highway with us. After the highway walk was done, we had one of the signs was put in within 1 day. A second sign was put in within 1 week, which is actually moved back down by the bus stop, which is much closer than it was before and in much more visible place. We have one more new sign coming in that's going below 14th that will be alerting traffic coming from Moss Beach North that says reduce speed ahead to 45, which actually shows the sign which will be in the next 30 to 60 days, maybe 90 days because it's a new sign. But the thing that I learned from this, I wasn't very effective for a long time because I didn't know what to do. And in the end, what I would have to say is that it really is this collaborative effort. The highway, there's an article today in the Half Moon Bay Review that gives a lot of credit to me, and it really is much more broad spread than that, because it was the faithful Highway Patrol, Sergeant Paul McCarthy, who has been working with me for 2 years and trying to sort of build momentum and interest. He also, Caltrans has been absolutely amazing in what they did once we got to the right people, the Board of Supervisors office, and also all the interested citizens. The Mid-Coast Council, Lynn's interest, the people who met me after I was here, Catherine Slater also helped me open doors. And what I learned from it is that it's really a collaboration that makes this work. If we're going to have a safe and coastal area that everyone can benefit from, that our traffic really involves the citizens, following the speed limits, being able to be involved, and making it work for everybody that visits here. And it doesn't work. That was the one thing, nothing works unless everybody's involved, including the political arm and all the things that work with it. So I'm very grateful for the fact that the Mid-Coast Council was the catalyst for getting some action that we've been working on 2 years, and I thank you all for the support that you've given me in being able to get that done. And I hope you read the article, not my part, but Sergeant McCarthy from the Highway Patrol gave a really good assessment of what the conditions are here and what he's rooting for getting to happen. Thank you.
One question, did you get the impression that they have any intent to actually go out there and enforce the speed limit? Which basically is not done.
Yes, let me tell you, the one great thing that happened is that once Caltrans put the signs in, and I called the Highway Patrol to report on these little small victories, I got a message from Sergeant McCarthy that said that they had had a supervisors meeting and that they had for 2010 dedicated as much as they can to have a patrolman on the coast from 0500 2200 every day, and from the 2200 to 0500 they will have periodic people. We only had one person from Pacifica to Santa Cruz all the last few years because they were cut down to one patrolman. So, and he confirmed that. It's in the article in the paper, which he had, and also included his email address, which he knows is in there. I was very surprised about that. But has written back to me since he knew the article was coming out to say that he is willing to support anything that we're doing to support getting the speed limit lowered. He has just been terrific the whole time.
Okay, Debbie, a question. When you're talking to Caltrans, did they discuss the issue of the designation of Highway 1 as an expressway?
No, what they told us was about and this is also in the newspaper article, clearly defined. I think that space that's on the map here that's 50 miles an hour, it's kind of an odd space, is probably done in that 5-year study. And the way it was explained to me is they come out with a radar gun, and when the traffic's going, they point the radar gun and they get it, and then they take 85% of what's there, and that becomes the law. And at some time that probably made sense, but it doesn't make sense anymore. The traffic's heavier, the population's bigger, the conditions are very different. And I think that a different assessment would, clearly show that it would be different. The Highway Patrol made an assessment about 18 months ago. They came out, they talked to business owners, they went up and down the coast, went up and talked to the people up at the tunnel area. And from what I told them, this is also in the paper, Paul McCarthy reported to me that they felt that the speed limit should be 45 and probably 40 between the airport and between Montera and the airport. That was the way it was told to me at the time. So he's in support of having it lowered, but it takes, from what I understand from Caltrans, community things don't work that well until you get the political arm involved, so that we have this great collaboration that makes it happen. And the citizens, I think, are the biggest part of it, because the signage, all the laws you have in the world, the enforcement, the citizens are the biggest part of making it work by following the laws and making it safe.